This is the Cottage Farm two-piece thornless. Hugely wanted to point that out. Thornless Blackberry Duo live plants. Eat them up. You're growing them yourself. You know exactly what went into the dirt. You know exactly whose hands were on them the entire time. You know exactly where they're from. This is not a hostile blackberry plant that we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about the fruit, how to take care of them, and all those things. But you're getting two actively growing plants. I love this. You're getting one in Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
And you're getting one in Prime Arc. I love the names of the plants so much. What does that mean that we're getting two different ones, Alan?
They're two different varieties. Big Daddy is a traditional kind of blackberry, and now this is a little technical.
I love it.
Okay, good. It fruits on the second year canes.
Okay.
So that's a typical way it grows. The canes grow the first year, they just grow vegetatively with leaves, and then the second year they produce fruit. The Primark Freedom actually produces berries on the first year canes and the second year canes.
Wow.
So with these two together, we can provide berries from June through the fall. A constant supply of berries.
And take a look, this is the plant that you get, and then I'm gonna point over here. This is how it will mature.
Yes, even bigger than that.
I'm almost afraid to touch, it's like, feed me, see more.
It's not hostile, look, it's soft.
And there's no thorns.
No thorns.
That's so
painless.
nice.
It's a wonderful improvement.
Well, and look at all the little berries ready to burst and all the little florals. So let's discuss. We get all of the blackberries on the table. I just want to eat like a vending machine.
Let's try one.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's candy. That is candy. I would swear to you that somebody walked through and sprinkled sugar over the top of those.
It's sweet and tart and wonderful, yeah.
Okay, so we get the two plants home, and then what do we need to do first?
Take them out of the box,
Okay.
get them acclimated, and then you can either plant them in containers or plant them in the ground. So 4 to 6 hours of sun a day would be ideal.
Okay, and we get them in the sun, we get them watered as they're growing. When we say, I'm gonna walk around to this side of the plant if you wanna come over to this side. So when we say not hostile, can you describe what that means? For anybody who's watching who's saying, I'm a beginner, define that for me.
Yeah, so usually blackberries and raspberries have a lot of thorns because animals find them tasty. They find the flowers tasty and the fruit tasty and the leaves tasty. So to protect themselves, typically berries like this have lots and lots of thorns.
Okay.
So you couldn't do that. You couldn't touch it because all the leaves would have thorns, all the stems would have thorns, and they'd just be hostile. So when you're picking the berries, you'd be getting scratched and poked, and it's kind of uncomfortable, doing that when you're trying to get some delicious things.
Sure.
So this is a great improvement. And it's just soft, everything's soft. You can bring your kids and grandkids and pick them and nobody's in pain.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for that.
So it's a wonderful improvement.
And as we head back over to the table too, I think too, bears repeating that you are getting you're getting two actively growing plants in the pots that we just showed you. Free shipping and handling, sale price is gone at the end of the day. We talked about the sun, we talked about feeding them, but okay, so we're growing these gorgeous blackberries. We've got items on the table from smoothies to waffles to cheesecake. And you said these smoothies are fresh. We could have a little breakfast together.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, Alan, in your first day in studio at the Q.
Thank you.
But that is representative, that last image, was that representative of the two colors of blackberry that we're going to be getting?
So actually the red ones are the ones that are not ripe. So they'll start kind of a whitish color, then they'll turn to red. And then when they are ripe, they'll be a deep black, shiny color. And they'll be a little firm and a little soft.
Okay.
So you can always sample them on the plant to see if they're ready.
Yeah.
And plant them when they are ripe because they do not ripen anymore after you pick them. So pick them at the right time.
Okay, if you have had blackberries before and they didn't have a lot of flavor to them, you didn't have these blackberries.
Yeah, because these are delicious. So good. And they're huge on the actual plants. The berries are at least 2 inches long, so they're huge berries. Big Daddy has at least 2-inch berries, so they're absolutely huge.
I told Alan this morning, I made a mistake when I ran out of the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. I grabbed my husband's lunch and I left my breakfast in the refrigerator. So when he said, I made us smoothies, I was like, you're my new best friend because I messed up everybody's day this morning. Poor Mr. D. I'm so sorry. But you've got, it looks like a little trellis here. So do we need to add something like that to our blackberries that are growing?
Big Daddy. He needs a trellis because he's a little big and unwieldy, so he will need some support.
Okay.
But the Primark Freedom will not. That's self-supporting, so you can grow that without any support needed.
And look, no thorns.
No thorns, soft.
No
soft.
hostility here. And because we have about 30 seconds left, it's a sale price. The sale price is gone at the end of the day. What are your recommendations as the expert to keep critters out of our blackberries? I know nothing is foolproof,
right?
But what's your recommendation, your expertise?
I would say netting is your best bet. That will keep the deer away and the birds. Birds like berries, so they'll be snacking on your berries. You could try something like a deer repellent, but don't spray it on the plants because you don't want your berries to taste like deer repellent and spray it around.
Sure.
So I'd say netting and deer repellent are the best two ways to go.
Netting sounds like a great idea. Remember too, sale price we love. This is the last, y'all. Grab some of those blackberries. They're amazing. That's a girl. But M89431, popular in the show. The Shasta daisies are still available. We're down.